This time I'll be finishing the bathroom install, completing the plumbing, tiling the walls and installing the brand new suite. I'm starting by soldering the pipes which will eventually supply the shower. I've cleaned and deburred the pipe ends, added some flux and ready to apply heat. I'm trying to apply heat evenly until I can see the solder bleed out from the joint. I should have installed these pipes before boarding the walls. To compensate, I'm cutting some access holes which will allow me to retrofit them. With the holes cut, I can install the pipes from above. Drill holes for the brackets, and turn the pipes into position. The pipes are held in place with these brackets. They must be positioned precisely or the shower valve won't fit. I'm adding a few additional pipe clips to ensure they don't move. Next I'll connect them to the water supply underneath the floor. I'm also installing the waste pipe for the bath. I've cleaned the fittings and I'm applying ABS solvent cement. With all the plumbing below the floor complete, I can start on the plumbing above. I'm using push fit pipework where possible, as it's really easy to use and requires very few tools. Where I can't use push fit, I can use compression fittings. I start with the nut followed by a copper olive. Next is the fitting. Tighten the nut. I prefer not to use PTFE tape around the thread if possible. And finally tighten the nut with adjustable wrenches. Next I'm installing the shower tray, first by priming the floor with diluted PVA. I've applied a bed of sand and cement in line with the manufacturer's instructions, and I carefully place the tray down into it. I'm ensuring it's well seated and level in both directions. Next I'm fitting the waste assembly from below. Applying silicone sealant and securing from above. Then removing any excess sealant. With the waste assembly in place, I can connect to the drain beneath the floor. Before tiling the walls, I'm sealing around the shower and bath with a waterproofing kit. First using a primer, then followed up with the waterproof membrane. I'm applying it with a roller. The tray has a protective covering, so I'm not worried about being neat. The manufacturer advises to apply liberal coats. The holes I cut earlier need to be covered with the supplied joint tape. I'll wait at least 24 hours before tiling onto this membrane. I'm starting the tiling in the most inconspicuous area, behind the toilet, whilst I become familiar with the tiling materials. I'm using slow set adhesive, which allows several hours before setting and about 1 hour of working time. I don't want adhesive setting on the face of the tile, so I'm trying to work as cleanly as possible. A 360-degree laser ensures alignment across the room. There are minor variations in the tile dimensions, so I use various shims where necessary instead of spacers to maintain alignment. To ensure I get a good bond, I'm applying adhesive to the back of the tiles as well as the walls. It only requires a thin layer and it makes a huge difference. The additional adhesive creates instant grab, which really helps hold the tile in place while it cures. To install the basin, I need to drill the tiles. I've marked the wall, and I've made a drilling template out of MDF, which I align using the laser. The diamond tile bit gradually cuts through the porcelain tiles. A standard masonry bit drills into the brick, providing a centered pilot hole. I can now make the hole in the tile bigger with another diamond tile bit, and drill a bigger hole in the brick. This method is long-winded, but ensures accuracy. I repeat the process to fit the shower enclosure. With the dusty jobs complete, I can apply a coat of the finish paint. Now with the paint dry, I can continue installing the suite. Adding wall plugs, a thin bed of silicone, and securing with stainless steel screws. I'm applying a bead of silicone between the tray and the enclosure, moving it into place, and slotting into the wall tracks. Next I remove the excess silicone and the protective masking. The doors are next, which slot into the top and bottom tracks. The handles are secured with stainless steel screws, and the edges of the enclosure are covered with these splash guards. More stainless steel screws secure the enclosure in place. Next is the shower valve. I'm adding silicone behind the valve brackets and securing them with stainless steel screws. Next are copper olives, followed by chrome nuts with an internal and external thread. I'm being careful not to stress the copper pipes more than necessary. These chrome covers hide the brackets. And the valve is secured by tightening the 2 chrome nuts. The shower head assembly snaps onto the valve and is secured at the top with stainless steel screws. A handheld shower head is attached at the bottom of the valve and seated in the holder. The corner joint is sealed with a silicone sealant. As is the joint between the tray and the tiles. I'm smoothing the sealant with my finger, then removing the masking tape. The basin is secured to the wall using resin. Threaded rod is pushed into the hole and left to cure. This template ensures the rods cure in the correct position. Once they're cured, I can lift the basin into position and secure from underneath. The tap is slotted in from above and secured from below. The basin waste needs to be aligned with the overflow and also secured from below. Next is the bath waste assembly. I've applied a ring of silicone to the overflow behind and secured from the front. Likewise with the bath waste. Another ring of silicone from the bottom and secured from above. Removing any excess silicone. The holes for the taps need to be drilled. I've double checked the pilot holes and followed up with a hole saw. The taps can be slotted into the new holes. I'm presetting the bath feet to the same depth. I'll make any final adjustments in situ. With the bath in position, I can connect the taps to the water supply and secure to the floor. The bath panel requires battens along the perimeter. They provide somewhere to secure the bottom edge. With water in the bath, I can seal around the edge with the silicone sealant. There's also a sealant tape behind the tiles for additional protection. Before securing the toilet in position, I need to reinforce the floor. I've marked the location and I'm installing thicker material directly below. The brackets attached into the reinforced floor. Silicone spray really helps the installation of these fittings. I'm sealing the cistern to the bowl with silicone. And removing any excess. Before fitting the toilet into position, I'm installing the flooring. Now with the bowl in place, I can attach the cistern and secure to the wall with bolts. Finally, I can secure the bowl to the floor with screws. And that's the new bathroom complete. This is the first time I've attempted to install a brand new bathroom, and overall I'm happy with the result. So the cost so far: painting and decorating was 45, supply plumbing was 225, waste plumbing was 240, the bathroom suite was 920, tiling was 245, and the flooring was 75. So the cost of this stage of the project was 1,750, and the cost so far is 128,540. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe if you'd like to see more. If you think I could or should have done something better, then add a comment below. And if you have any questions, add those below as well.